Welcome to CATtheMinion YouTube channel. My name is Teresa, but you can call me Cat. I'm doing a card of the day reading. Oh my god. And I'm using the Work Your Light Oracle. Alright, here we go. Work Your Light Oracle. There was some cool enough air yesterday that I had long sleeves on for a while. And it's like 90 today. I thought it was going to get hot and muggy last night, and the air that was blowing was chilly. But I had to keep opening and closing my window. It's definitely toasty here today. I think it's supposed to be hotter tomorrow. And the pollen count is really high. But I put a video on just to watch and chill for a little while. And I passed out really hard for about 3 hours. And I still don't feel fully conscious. I gotta check into getting another fan, air conditioning, coolie sort of thing. I was trying to look it up a second time yesterday, and the internet kept cutting out, and I was like, alright, we're not doing that right now. I did get a card. I had an air conditioner, but I got rid of it. Somebody gave it to me, and I went to clean it, and it had, like, mold all in it, and I'm like, well, no wonder I didn't feel good. Alright, so this came out upside down. This is the no card. Wait, postpone, pause, and say no. When I see this card, these cards don't really have inverts, but I take them inverted in certain ways. This no card, this tropical storm here in front of the pyramid. Now the pyramid I associate with the Nine of Wands, because in the Syrian Starseed Tarot, the guy that's hanging around waiting at his post for eons is in front of a pyramid on the Nine of Fire in the deck. But the pillars here that would be like in the High Priestess card or the Moon card are broken off, and this avenue here with the slight incline with the stairs always to me looks like train tracks. You know, like you can't go any further. This is where your chariot won't drive here. That's what I always get from this card. But when it's inverted, sometimes I see it as on, like, ooh, it's on now. And there's this zip line track here when it's inverted. But I feel like this message is incomplete here. I sort of get the idea like the situation is on its head, or this is like a mirror world. But I want to get another card. What makes me uncomfortable the most when it's hot is if the palms of my hands get hot and the bottoms of my feet. And my feet are sweaty and my hands are hot, and it makes me not feel good. Now I could get a wet towel and put it on me, but I feel like I want to like save that kind of heat regulation for tomorrow. And it's hard too because it's the 26th now, and it snowed here on the 15th, and now it's like full pollen and hot as balls out. So I don't know if any of those keywords are relevant to anyone, but it's like really hard to deal with weather that changes dramatically every day or every other day. It's like, it's like up and down 20 degrees every day. Okay, what else have we got here? Warrior woman, have you answered your deepest calling? Okay, so I just heard that I'm supposed to look up the astrology for the Nine of Wands. The moon in Sagittarius. Interesting. Something that's obscured and in the darkness. With fire. Warrior woman, have you answered your deepest calling? This gives me like Two of Swords vibes, but instead of like two practicey swords, it's like a broadsword. But it also gives a sense of the Queen of Swords. So in essence, it would be being like, it would be like the Knight of Swords, right? I was trying to see if it's Page instead. No, it's definitely Knight. So the energy for this card would be fire and air with Taurus and Gemini. See, it's like stand your ground for what you think is right. I'm still not getting a whole message here, and I know that for some reason that I'm only supposed to use this deck right now. I also sound a little bit like ill. I've had a sinus infection basically since December, and I'm getting some clearing in my upper sinuses, but it's still feeling a little bit weird. And I know I'm affected by the pollen count, but it's like besides that, it's the joy of being allergic to 6 different kinds of trees. Although the pine trees don't pollinate until June, so that might be a message for somebody, right? The evergreens won't won't the trees won't jizz on you until June. That's so nasty. I'm sexually assaulted by the ant race. Okay. I need another card because I don't understand what's going on here in these. It's the whales. Soul family, call in your tribe. You don't have to do it alone. But that one came out inverted also. This is also a mirror world. Okay, so I'm getting in complete Alice in Wonderland vibes, right? So Alice enters Wonderland. She's in the mirror world. She's in the upside down. She has to fight for her own sanity. Because she has to do it on her own this time. Like, she can't lean on somebody else. Can't lean on. It's like, instead of saying, no, I don't want to, it's like, you kind of need to get in there and grow a backbone. So I'm going to get another card. I'm just going to go until I feel like I have what I need here. And hopefully by the end of the reading I'll have gone through puberty. And my voice will finish dropping. Ugh, Jesus Christ. Okay. It's like, I'm wearing a blue shirt today and my throat chakra is still, like, out in the sand pit. I gotta hydrate. Okay. Yeah. I just saw the whale, the hump. Well, yeah, I'm pretty sure those are humpback whales. And I got this idea of Fantasia, which is also kind of a fantasy land as well. Through the looking glass. But and I also, in a sense, get a sense of mirroring. Like, if you're in a twin flame situation, it's not just, entering a zone where you're pitted to put fantasy against reality. It's like, you can't rely on the other person to do what you need to do for yourself, in that sense. Well, like, the training wheels are off, and it's, the last battle. I think one of the Chronicles of Narnia books is the last battle. I think I have. Did I keep that? I don't remember. I had an anthology, and I don't remember if it's one of the books I threw out last summer or not. Because I reread them and I wasn't super into it. But I could look it up on the Wikipedia. Because this might be relevant. Mm-hmm. Books, here we go. Yeah, it is the last battle. Chronicles the end of the world of Narnia. Okay. It just goes through the plot, and it says this leads to the end of Narnia as it is known throughout the series, but allows Aslan, which is the lion, the god allegory, allows Aslan to lead the characters to the true Narnia. So I think that means, like, the lion is strength, and it's also the sun, the sign Leo. So it's like, what is your solar plexus, your body center core? Where is it, like, telling you what is BS, what is not real, and then what is real in your life? When it says soul family and it's upside down, I almost feel like that has to do more with physical family, especially because it's upside down. It's like, oh, it's not the soul family, it's like literal, like, physical family. Because this card doesn't have, like, I don't think this deck has a literal, like, people family card in the 3D. So I did talk about that in, I think it was yesterday's card of the day. The Queen of Earth, and a lot of fire energy coming up, and you're being driven by your sun center, right? It doesn't, like, it's not necessarily like it might not necessarily be that your solar plexus chakra is effed up, but if you've been, like, nauseous or anything like that recently, it might be an indication that there's been an opening. But the important thing is that, like, your energy solar center, like, what gives life to your universe as like your soul uh directive, like your higher self, your core being tells you to go out there and essentially cut the shit. Like, Like, this is BS over here, this is BS over here, this is not who I really am, this is who my family told me to be, and you guys can go F yourselves, because it's on now. So I want to get another card. All the way on the floor. Gotta go deep for that one. Ha! That's really funny. Inner temple, devotion, tune into the portal of your heart. Alright. So this is like, if the high priestess had two pillars, the heart is like a whole fucking colonnade. Right? Listen to your heart. The intuition goes all the way up. And there's the solar center up here, like looking back, and then there's this also this gateway to that other world, to the mirror world that you've come out of and been like, okay, cool, I figured it out. And again, I see high priestess because I see two, like the number two, feminine energies, and we do still have this idea of, we know that there's a mirror world, but it's also like a duality. And if you're in a twin flame situation, this is like both of you with your heart chakras open. That's an aside though, that's not going to be for everybody. Let me see what's on the bottom of the deck. Of course, now that I looked at it, I have to take it even though I don't want to. It came in upside down. It says, dance with life, do something to change your energy. And there's a moon here and a portal. But I almost feel like this is a distraction in the mirror world. Right? It's like, oh, you don't feel good? Well, just, just go to Zumba and shake it out. Come and have a cocktail with us. You'll be fine. This is like you're not doing anything to really change your energy. You don't want to be somebody else. You're not trying to shift out of something that's bothering you. You actually have to face it head on, and you're not, it's not like a coping mechanism. It's I don't change my energy. I like eat. It's like what is it like? I want to say it's like evolution. I'm seeing like Pokemon. If you want to change your energy, you're going to end up turning from like Pikachu into that like dragon, fiery dragon thing, right? It's is it Charizard? Is that what it is? Um it's like, if you want to change your energy, you want to like, oh, I don't want to be over here at all in this vibe. And sometimes it works. If you're in a low vibe, you can kind of shake it out. But in this case, it's like avoiding and trying to shift into something else. It creates that blockage that doesn't allow you to cut through um, what you are and aren't. And the shift that you want isn't to, oh, I'm gonna just be a different thing. It's becoming, it's like, evolving into like the bigger fiery lizard thing instead of turning into a different Pokemon completely. That's the thing. It's like you have to, um, it's like altering the vibration that you're in. Like, instead of changing the channel, you like completely, um, it's like refining the frequency that you're on so that it's more clear and there's less distortion, right? It's like, oh, this isn't coming in good, I'm just going to, you know, switch from 104 to 106. But it's like, well, if 104 isn't coming in and there's a lot of static and there's a distortion and it sounds like it's um, like a, like a cassette tape that's worn out and it's like warped. It's like working on, okay, well, I know it's not really warped and that this band sounds better than this. That's the finding the truth energy. And I know that's kind of a weird example, but there's a fine distinction between changing your energy and like crystallizing it. You know, it's like, this peanut butter is gross. Well, if you stir it up, maybe it won't be so gross. Like, don't just automatically switch to almond butter, you know? I don't know if I can explain it any better than that, so I'm gonna kind of leave it there. It's a continuation of yesterday's card of the day, and I think it kind of makes sense. The reason that let me pull out this card. The reason that I got this deck is because I had like a word association, and I saw the card that I'm pretty sure is in here, although I didn't check, and I was like, oh, okay, I guess that means I'm supposed to use the Work Your Light Oracle today. Oh, I know what it is. Maybe I don't have it in this deck. Maybe it's a deck that I don't even have. Ooh. Oh, wow, I don't even have that deck. That's funny. Let me go back to the one that I thought it was. That is so weird. Oh, now I have to go back because I put all the cards down. I should have taken it out. Hold on. Okay. So the phrase that triggered me to using this deck was the universe has your back. But I think the universe has your back is like its own deck, which I don't have. But I think the one that's closest to it in this one is trust your path. If you knew you would be supported, what would you do? And I don't know if that's my light doing that or something else. Like these weird light flashes. But this scenario where you're defining your reality is essentially trusting that the universe will be behind you and not worrying about what other people are doing or thinking. Alright, so if you want to get a reading, you can hit me up at thecatcamebackatcamp@gmail.com. I can get you the list of readings and how much they cost and all the links to art and merch and prints and whatnot. But I also keep the list in the description box of my infomercial video, which is linked below this one. And I do have a little show and tell here because I'm tired of describing it without it. So one of the things that I have is actual art items in my catalog. Some of the stuff that I have listed in there currently until they sell and I put other stuff in the catalog are these psychedelic drawings like this one, this one, this is mat board that's in there, and there's the guy. Oh, I know what I need. Where the hell is it? It should be in this folder. Where did I put it? I can't find it. Oh, I just got stuck between the other stuff. There we go. That's the one I was thinking of. So I have art for sale in my catalog, and also made-to-order items. And one of the things that, even though these are like real art items, it's digital portraits. 40 bucks, 400 DPI, 4,000 pixels square. So those are in here. Those drawings are in here. My chapbook packs are in there, so it's like little bits of art and poetry and stuff. So it'd be kind of like a little oracle card reading, stuff to trigger certain thoughts and synchronicities in your head and stuff like that. And some of those drawings I have versions of on Cafe Press and DeviantArt for prints. Oh, I just dropped some of the stuff out of there. iLotus I've redone digitally, so this is in crayon, but it's in really intense color now, and that's going to be in merch and prints everywhere. I dropped my sign. I gotta get it. Ow, I needed something. Alright, so I have merch, I have prints, I have coloring books with some of those images in it too, and others. Poetry book, which is mostly Dark Night of the Soul stuff. And the tarot readings, I have a lot of playlists. I have astrology and pick a pile and more of the card of the day. I have some channelings. I also have a hobby playlist which is called Adventures with Plastic Crack, which is for my doll stuff. And if you want to hit the tip jar there, that's paypal.me/CATtheMinion. I also have Cash App and Venmo. Crap, what was I gonna say? I lost my train of thought because my voice cracked again. Maybe my throat chakra's opening. Yeah, my mind is gone. All that stuff, links in the description box of my infomercial video, or just email me, thecatcamebackatcamp@gmail.com, and I'll get you all that stuff. Oh, I know what it was. Go ahead and like, share, and subscribe if you found this interesting or useful, and do check out the playlists. And we'll see you later. Bye.